The average American household contains $68 worth of coins just lying around in jars like these. All this idle cash means that not enough coins are available to meet the needs of daily commerce in America. Therefore, the U.S. Coin Task Force urges you to empty out your coin jars for the good of your country. That's sound advice. And while you're at it, why not try a little Archaeology 101? When you do, I guarantee you'll never look at coins the same way again. Like any good archaeologist, Linda Anna Jones begins with a research question that she wants to answer through excavation. She looks into one of the millions of coin jars scattered across America and she asks herself, who put these coins here and why? The simple answer would be that her parents and siblings piled up loose change from their pockets and purses, filling each jar for later use. But Linda Anna is not so sure. The coins never seem to leave the jars to be used anywhere. This fruitless accumulation of coins undermines the self-interest of everyone in her household. So, she wonders, could someone else or something else be responsible for these jars filled with money? She knows that other archaeologists have been researching and writing about something called object agency, the ability of artifacts to act with intentionality, as if they had minds of their own. Objects like coins are said to have personality and power, independent of the people who make and use them. So, she wonders, is it possible that these coins decided on their own to congregate in these jars, contrary to the economic interests of her family? The notion of personifying inanimate things may sound silly, but she knows that scientists do it all the time. Nobel physicists try to imagine what an electron is thinking. Biologists investigate how and why genes act selfishly. So, whether or not a coin can really think and act, what if it acts as though it thinks? Linda Anna Jones excavates the jar with a new focus on the coins as living entities, at least for the sake of understanding the world inside the jar. She asks herself, why would the coins want to be there? How could this behavior benefit the currency crammed inside the jar? In literature, at least, coins would choose otherwise. They always yearn to fulfill their destiny by circulating far and wide, buying things. She recalls the story written by Joseph Addison in 1710 titled Adventures of a Shilling. The hero of the tale, a British coin, travels around in the company of many persons, including a poet, priest, and prostitute. When the coin is idle, it is filled with unspeakable grief. It doesn't want to be hoarded. It wants to circulate. Similarly, Linda Anna has read the novel My Name is Red by Nobel laureate Orhan Pamuk. There, a gold coin relates its exciting life circulating around Istanbul. The coin says at one point, my worst nightmare is to be stored in a jug. If these writers are correct, then no coins want to be left inside the jars. So much for object agency if the coins are prisoners being held against their will. Linda Anna decides to think like a cognitive numismatist, not like a novelist. Coins, contrary to the interests of their human hosts, actually despise circulation and callously do not care if this creates problems for people or not. The coins seek a jar or a jug in which to find refuge away from dangerous hands, pockets, purses, teeth, vending machines, and cash registers. As Linda Anna digs through the jar, she can see firsthand the damage already done to a few of its inhabitants. Abrasions, dents, bite marks, broken edges, and corrosion. For them it might be too late, but for all the rest of the coins, the jar represents hope for a long and healthy life. Our young archaeologist realizes that survival is the true aim of every inhabitant of the jar. There's a Darwinian struggle going on that favors coins safe from circulation. Every coin has a cultural imperative to preserve its memes and to pass them on to the next generation. These memes, like biological genes, are extremely selfish and ruthlessly competitive. A coin's memes are its bits of building code, its copyable instructions for shape, color, images, words, and so on, all the attributes that make, say, a quarter, or a dime. Some memes all U.S. coins share, such as the blueprint for roundness and a declaration of trust in God, while other memes help differentiate one species of coin from another, such as the size of a quarter versus a cent. None of these memes wants to be damaged or destroyed. The wear and tear of circulation is its greatest danger, and if the coin as a whole, a memeplex as it's called, suffers too much, it will be intentionally melted down by humans. That is disastrous for the constituent memes of a coinage. Annihilated memes cannot copy themselves. They face extinction. Sometimes only the glass walls of a jar can keep them safe. Linda Anna learns that a coin in circulation might live 30 years if it can avoid serious accidents. But a coin that shelters in a hoard can last for thousands of years. Most of the millions of old coins that exist today survived in buried hoards, not so different from the jars around her house. That is why some ancient memes can still be seen on modern currency, such as this euro, replicating the meme of Athena's owl. On American money, there are similar examples. Memes reproduce by copying, and Linda Anna understands that unless a sufficient number of modern coins are around in the future, their memes will be lost forever. Coins cannot count on humans to remember those memes. Most people, even now, can't recall what their everyday money looks like without having an actual example to copy. So the coins have developed a brilliant self-serving survival strategy. First, they convince humans to put away millions of them in jars. How? By making themselves burdensome to carry around. They train people to dump their heavy, annoying spare change into various containers, many of which will never be emptied. The fact that year after year companies like Coinstar recover more than 43 billion coins from household hoards shows how quickly the coins get themselves back into jars again. Indeed, so successfully that a chronic shortage of circulating coins persists in America. This idle wealth does not help people like the Joneses. It only helps the coins. Second, this so-called shortage forces humans to accelerate the birthing of more coins to make up for the hoarded layabouts. The monetary maternity wards at U.S. mints overflow with newly made coins, whose aim, no surprise, is to repeat steps 1 and 2. Where did coins learn this strategy? Perhaps from the seeds and nuts being consumed by mice and squirrels outside the house. Nature has convinced rodents to hoard nuts and seeds in such large numbers that at least some of them will never be retrieved and eaten. The surviving seeds provide the genes necessary to produce more and more plants to sustain the system. Furry little rodents do not volunteer for this service, but the end result of their over-hoarding sustains the selfish memes that make a mouse and a squirrel a squirrel. Linda Anna realizes that a house full of coin jars is a lot like her yard full of buried nuts and seeds. Our intrepid young archaeologist has finally reached the bottom of the container, and her excavations have kindled a newfound interest in object agency as an explanatory model for the world around her. Coins really do act as though they think. They seem to play a decisive role in structuring the environment inside her home. Then suddenly something amazing happens. A frightened penny slips from the jar, bounces, and rolls away. An action that inspires a whole new investigation that Linda Anna Jones vows to pursue in Archaeology 201. She suggests that you press the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner where the coin has disappeared, just so you don't miss her next expedition. And if you wish to learn more about object agency and cognitive numismatics, you can start with these publications.